In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Say, O Prophet, it has been revealed to me that a group of jinn has listened to me reciting the Quran. So they said in admonition to their fellowship, indeed, we have heard a wondrous Quran. It guides to the right way. So we have believed in it. Thus, never shall we associate anyone as God with our Lord. For indeed, Most High is the majesty of our Lord. He has not taken a spouse, nor begotten a son. Thus, indeed, the foolish among us have spoken an outrage against God in saying this. And indeed, we had thought that humankind and jinn would never speak lies against God. Yet, indeed, there have been men among humankind who seek refuge in the males of the jinn. But they of the jinn who men seek out have only increased them in degradation by urging them to impiety. For indeed, they of the jinn have thought as you human beings have thought, that God would never raise up anyone after death for judgment. Now, indeed, we of the jinn have sought to reach into heaven, but we found it filled with mighty angels as guards and shooting flames. For indeed, before the Quran's revelation, we used to sit in some of the sitting places near there to listen to the higher word. But one who seeks to listen now finds a shooting flame in wait for him. So, indeed, we do not know whether an evil recompense is intended for all those in the earth, or whether their Lord intends to bring about for them right guidance. Now, indeed, among us are those who are righteous, and among us are those who are other than this. We, jinn, have become of divergent ways. Yet, indeed, we ourselves have realized that never can we thwart the will of God on earth, nor shall we ever thwart him by way of escape. For indeed, when we heard the guidance of the Quran, we believed in it. Thus, whoever believes in his Lord in this life shall fear neither deprivation of his reward in the hereafter, nor degradation by an unjust accounting. And indeed, among us are those who are Muslims in willing submission to God alone, and among us are those who are iniquitous, so as to those who have willingly submitted themselves to God alone, they have pursued the right way to everlasting delight near their Lord. But as for the iniquitous, they shall be firewood for hell. God says, and were they who have belied this message to keep straight on the path of God, we would most surely quench their thirst and give them water from the heavens to drink in abundance, so as to test them with it. Yet whoever turns away from the remembrance of his Lord, he shall thrust him into ever-mounting torment. Now, indeed, the places of worship are solely for God. So, do not call upon anyone in worship along with God. Yet, when Muhammad, the servant of God, stood before his Lord, invoking him in prayer, they who disbelieve were nearly swarming over him to harm him. Say, O Prophet, I call only upon my Lord in worship, nor do I associate anyone as God with him. Say also, indeed, I hold no power with regard to you who belie me, neither to bring you harm, nor to compel you to right guidance. Moreover, say, indeed, if ever I were to disobey him, never could anyone protect me from God, for never shall I find a place of refuge apart from him. Mine is only to convey the truth from God and to deliver His messages to one and all. Yet as to one who disobeys God and His messenger, indeed for him there is the fire of hell awaiting in the hereafter, to abide therein forever and ever. At last, when they who disbelieve see all the suffering that they have been promised, they will know then with certainty who has weaker supporters and fewer in number. Say, O Prophet, I do not know whether the fulfillment of what you are promised as divine judgment is near, or if my Lord will defer it for a long while. He is the sole knower of the realm of the unseen, and never does He manifest His knowledge of the unseen realm to anyone except for one among the messengers with whom He is well pleased. Then, indeed, He dispatches before such a one and behind him angel sentinels, so that he may know with proof whether they who are his messengers have conveyed the messages of their Lord, though He Himself encompasses all that is with them, and He Himself has enumerated all things by number.